Hello, and thank you for joining me tonight. I thought, in celebration of one of my favorite horror film franchises, Scream, releasing a new film tomorrow, that we would do a fun little activity together tonight. For the last 2, maybe even 3 years, have saved every single movie ticket from every single movie I've gone to. And my pile is pretty messy, as you can see. And so we're going to sort them and put them into my lovely little ticket holder. Won't that be fun? So right here on top I have 2 from Psycho Killer when I went to go see them on Monday. I, in all honesty, did not particularly care for Psycho Killer. It was okay, it was fine. But I wasn't necessarily obsessed with it. I maybe put too many tickets in at once, but they were both for Psycho Killer. You know, a really fun thing here is you can see where my movie theater changed from like the good old school tickets to like the more receipt papery tickets now. What do we have next? Ooh, this was so fun. These were when I went to see Reanimator's 40th anniversary. I did that, I think, what was that, like March of last year? Which was very fun. No, well, I think it would have been May, because it would have been the 5th month. So that was an embarrassing slip, but that's okay. Reanimator is actually one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Ooh, this one's almost too faded to... this is Presence. Presence was a ghost movie from the perspective of the ghost. And it was a good movie, but it was not exactly what I had been expecting, and so I wasn't necessarily in the headspace for the movie it was at the time when I saw it. But it was a good movie in general. Right here, I have 2 for Freakier Friday, from when we went to go see Freakier Friday. A very fun story about that night. One of our friends unexpectedly joined us. I have 5 subscribers, which is amazing, because that means officially I don't know who at least one of you are, which is very fun. So I'm trying not to give away too much personal information, because I would never want to embarrass any of my loved ones. Ooh, this is a fun one. This is from when I went to see Send Help very recently. That was one of the more recent movies I saw. I'm still adjusting my camera setup, so I may still need to adjust it further. But Send Help I really enjoyed. It was like a little dark comedy by Sam Raimi, who I love, and it had Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams in it, and I do enjoy both of them very much. So I got a real kick out of it. I did predict the twist of it. Sorry about that. My dog got upset. Had to take care of her for a second. But yes, I did predict the twist of Send Help, but that didn't stop me from enjoying it. This one right here is for The Naked Gun, which was very funny. It was very, very funny. Pamela Anderson was great in that. And Liam Neeson was great. I'm not a particularly large fan of Liam Neeson or his particular set of traits. Um he's fine. I have nothing against him. I mostly associate him with that one Vine, Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson Nissan. Liam Neeson's Nissan and Nissan. That one. Ooh, this was for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which I loved. I really enjoyed the Iron Maiden scene with that and Dr. Kessler. I really enjoyed. I love the 28 Days franchise in general. I love that they've really kind of returned to their hopeful human nature ideals. I didn't really care for the sequel, 28 Weeks Later, but the newer ones I've enjoyed so far. This was for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. You know, sometimes I see these movies and it'll be a date, so there'll only be two, but then sometimes there'll be like four because it'll be, the whole gang. And I never know who all tickets I have saved. This is fun. This is a thick ticket, an old school ticket. I have three of these, and this movie I loved. This was one of my favorite movies of 2025, and this was the Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson comedy Friendship. It was amazing. I loved it. I really miss when tickets looked like this. This is a movie ticket to me. Yeah, look, like this is a movie ticket. Like, you should get to rip it. Like, tickets, please. So yes, Friendship was a roller coaster of a movie, but it made me laugh out loud. Connor O'Malley, specifically in that movie, he had a little scene, and by the end of that scene, I was honestly afraid that I was going to pee my pants in the theater. It was so funny. This is for Weapons. I really enjoyed Weapons. I love Zach Cregger in general. I loved him back in the day when he was one of the whitest kids I knew. And I love to support him. And I love whenever a comedian pivots to horror, because comedy and horror are really two of my favorite genres. Really the only two genres I consume with movies, I would say, for the most part. Ooh, okay. This one is for Eddington, but it's almost blank. Like, you can almost not see it. It's also got a little bit of a popcorn butter stain. A fun story, but when I went to see Eddington, we actually double featured it. We saw Eddington and I Know What You Did Last Summer together. And we jokingly called it I Know What You Did Last Summer in Eddington. Eddington I really loved. Eddington was actually the only Ari Aster film I've ever so far enjoyed of his. Hereditary, I honestly found predictable. Midsummer was okay. What we need to talk about the Johnsons, or what it is about yeah, I just think he's kind of overrated in all honesty. But Eddington I did enjoy. Fun. This one is from when we went to see This Is Spinal Tap. It was re-released in theaters. That was a very fun night, very fun movie. Rip Rob Reiner. Oh, I have a lot of movies I have seen a lot of re-released movies. That's one of my favorite things to do. And so this is a ticket from another one of these. And it's for Dogma. It was when they re-released Dogma in theaters. Dogma is actually, I would say, my favorite. They were both for Dogma. Dogma is actually, I would say, my favorite View Askew film. Like, out of all of them, I would honestly say Dogma is just so funny. It's so perfect. It's probably my favorite Matt Damon film as well. It's not my favorite Ben Affleck film because, of course, he is in Gone Girl. But I love it. Ooh, this was a great one. This was Together. You know, we went to see this one on a date, and fun fact, a random, like, woman had gotten a ticket to sit next to us in the theater, and it was like a decently busy show, but not super busy, so, like, there were seats not right next to us, and, you order a ticket ahead, so she had picked one out right next to us, and then she talked to us during the trailers like she knew us or was familiar with us, but she was so funny, and I actually wish we had become friends with her, because she was funny. I do miss her. So if you sat with two women at the film together, maybe we are meant to be friends. Right? How funny would it be if my fifth subscriber really was the movie girl? Oh, this is from, and this is great, this is from when we went to go see Sense and Sensibility, the 30th anniversary release of that. The Hugh Grant, Emma Thompson, Kate Winslet version. Fun fact, I got so ill during that movie, and we had to leave without finishing it, even though I love that movie. It was very unfortunate, but it was also very funny. Oh, here is the other half of our double feature. This is, and it's so bleached from just age, but this is from I Know What You Did Last Summer. You know, I read those book, or I read the book that novel, or the novel that film is based on, when I was in middle school, and I actually found the book to be so much scarier than the movie. But I did enjoy it. I read a bunch of them. Teaching Mrs. Tingle, I think, is also based on a book. There's a bunch by, I want to say Lois Lowry, but I could be wrong on the author. These are the other Sense and Sensibility tickets. You know, I probably should have thought about whether or not I wanted them all to be facing inward or outward before I started doing this, but that is okay. Next we have Ick. This was really fun. I think this was a limited release. I think this was only in theaters for one day, and it was very fun. It had a very early 2000s soundtrack. It starred Brendan Routh, or maybe Ruth. He was Superman, I think, in Superman Returns, and maybe in a couple other things. Oh, this is from when we went to see The Long Walk. Very sad, very intense movie. A good adaptation of a dense story. I wasn't sure how the adaptation would go, and I did enjoy the adaptation. This was a very fun movie, one I really enjoyed, and it was Hard Eyes. It was like a rom-com horror movie. I think I enjoyed it more than a lot of other people. I liked that it was more of a rom-com than a horror movie. I felt like I was its direct audience. This is a movie, I'm surprised I haven't seen a ticket for it sooner, because I know for a fact I saw this in theaters at least 6 times. But this is probably my favorite, not probably, it's 100% my favorite movie of 2025. If you know, you know, but it is Sinners. And now, what do we have? Oh, okay. This was another fun one. Maybe even the last movie I saw of last year, but maybe not. I'm not sure. I'll have to really check. But this is for The Housemaid, based on Frida McFadden's novel. I really enjoy Brandon Skelnar's face and his acting in general, but like I think he's really cute, and so I was very excited for that movie, even though I wasn't very excited about Sydney Sweeney, and I love Amanda Seyfried. So I saw that movie. I want to say I saw that movie the day it came out. I read that book before I saw the movie because I thought maybe it would be a fun way to curb my enthusiasm for the movie, but all it did was raise my enthusiasm because it was such a bizarre book. I love a mystery where you cannot guess what it is. Fun. This one is for 28 Years Later, the first of the sequels. I'm just pulling at them at random, so you never know what you're gonna get when. Next we have, oh, this is also for The Housemaid. like I said, some movies, because I keep my tickets, but then sometimes people started giving me their tickets too. Like every now and again, my mom will give me her ticket. I need a pokey thing, like a long poker. What do we have next? Here is another for Sinners. Excellent, excellent movie. At one point last year, when I was seeing movies, I kept being disappointed by movies, and I was like, oh, I should have seen Sinners again. And then I just started going to see Sinners again. Oh, this one is actually from 2024. And this was one of my favorites of 2024, Terrifier 3. I had not seen Terrifiers 1 and 2 until people were shocked and like they saw the surprise showing of Terrifier 3, and then when it was coming to theaters, my little brother wanted to go. And so I preemptively watched the first two, and the first one I don't really enjoy, but the second one I'm obsessed with. And I even have 2 Art the Clown animatronics, and I have an Art the Clown neon sign. I love Art the Clown. I have the Art the Clown Christmas sweater. I went to Halloween Horror Nights to see Art the Clown. I did the Terrifier haunted house. I loved it. And I even started playing the banjo because of the Clown Cafe scene. Only fun fact, that is actually a banjo-lele and not a banjo. So this ticket, the ink has smeared all over itself, and I have no idea what it was originally for. So I'm just going to slide it in, and maybe we will realize or see later. This is another really aged one. And it may be faded black or blank. Yeah, I swear all of the ink of it is gone. So I don't know what this movie was. I'm setting it to the side in case I can tell later. Next, I have Novocaine, which was very fun. I love Jack Quaid. He's a big celebrity crush of mine. And I also love Amber Midthunder, I believe is her name, who was also in that movie. This next one is, I think, also blocked out to where I can't make what it was. I can tell it was in 2025, and I was in seat 7, row H. But I'm not sure what movie that was. Fun fact. I don't know why I said fun fact. I'm not sure if that really applies. Fun fact. Oh, okay. This one, which does match the other 2 blank ones, is for Captain America. I think not in the Winter Soldier, but in the Winter Falcon. I don't remember. I didn't pick that movie. I'm not super big on the Marvel movies. I'm not against them or anything. I don't necessarily go crazy for them. These are also for Weapons. I did see Weapons twice. I saw Weapons, and then my little brother was upset that we had seen Weapons without him, so we had to go see Weapons with him. To be fair, I did see Barbarian with him on opening night because he, thanks to me, also loves Zach Kreger. Another for Weapons. I'm sure I have more movie tickets somewhere, but I'm not sure what I've done with them all. I know I have multiple things of them. Oh, another for Terrifier 3. Very fun. Love. Um, Come on by the Clown Cafe. Stop on by the Clown Cafe. The food's a little funny. The food's a little funny. The food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. Da 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 da. Right? Next is... This is from Superman. I can make it out just barely. I loved Superman. Very seriously, I have referred to kindness as being one of the most punk rock things ever for a very long time. So seeing Superman say that meant a lot to me. I, fun fact, have a Kryptonian tattoo. This is another for I Know What You Did Last Summer. I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the risks they took. I know some of the fans found it alienating. For me, I've always thought that they were rather stupid movies. So I enjoyed that they stayed true to that stupidity. Oh, this is also for Superman. I think that I saw Superman twice, maybe 3 times in theaters. I know I saw it in 3D once and once not in 3D. Here's another Superman ticket. And then my last 2 tickets are for my favorite movie of 2024 and my favorite movie of 2025, so I love this. Sinners and Terrifier 3, which is really quite fitting, I would say. And am I absolutely certain that I did enjoy another movie more than Terrifier 3 in 2024? No, because I probably enjoyed 1,000 movies more. But I loved it. Sinners, I sincerely for sure enjoyed nothing more. Sinners is just like Kino for real. Awesome. Thank you for joining me.